this is the last day during the week. There is actually a workshop still happening tomorrow, which I know some of you will participate in. I won't be around for that. Some of you will probably be glad. You've seen so much of me over the past few days that you don't want to see me all the time. Yeah, tomorrow in the morning, for those of you who have registered, this will continue with the European Maritime and Fisheries Fund BASTA workshop on data quality factors and munitions surveys. If you're registered for that, I'm sure you know who you are. But this does bring to conclusion the part of the program that I've been part of so far. I've been here since Monday. I came at this topic from a very different perspective than most of you, with no knowledge, except with the reading I did prior to showing up here. It wasn't something that was on my radar in a big way. I knew about munitions in the sea and also about chemical agents, warfare agents still in the sea, going way back 25 years, in the Baltic Sea at least, when I spent time on the island of Bornholm with my children and did some reading about what was going on around there. What I've learned during this conference is that there is momentum building to tackle this problem at multiple levels. What we experienced here was the impetus that has grown in this particular part of the world, this particular part of Germany, where the state of Schleswig-Holstein is facing the difficulties of dealing with the munitions on its own coast, but also has an industry here that is set up to help address that. So there's a willingness and there are capabilities, and also extremely important, the research resources too, and the technology needed to deal with this. But it is an international problem. It is a global problem. We heard a little bit about that, how it's affecting other countries around the world too. So I can imagine that some of the technologies, some of the solutions, also some of the perhaps structures in how decision-making structures that are being put together may end up being duplicated from the pilot projects that are being put together here. Getting the political will together, to get the money together to finance this and push it forward, that is the big challenge, but there appears to be a great deal of movement on that in the German federal government, the state government, I guess multiple state governments. We haven't looked too much at what other states are doing exactly. But also at the EU level, we heard some interesting comments regarding that. It sounds like there's more moving there than we may be aware of, and also at the international level as well. But right now, we have some closing remarks as well from the man who made this all happen. Not alone, of course, a lot of help, but without Jann Wendt, none of this would be happening. He's the initiator of the Kiel Munition Clearance Week. Ladies and gentlemen, Jann Wendt.
Yeah, thank you very, very much, Terry. You summed up the event already in a quite nice way. For us, it's the end of the event. It was really a long time planning the first ideas, more than 1 year ago, and yeah, now we're standing here. I think we had a really interesting conference with a really interdisciplinary exchange. So we will also get out of our munition bubble, let's call it like this. We had many, many new perspectives. We were able to include the Navy perspective. I think that was for many of us, from the more scientific-oriented perspective, a really new information that we received there. And yeah, you made already this summary of the event. What's left? I think it's quite simple. It's simple time for action. Yeah, we have to do something on this issue of munition in the sea. And I think we provided enough arguments, we have enough ideas to do this, to finally get rid of munition. It will be a big, big task, that's out of question, but it's a solvable task compared to other environmental issues where we have no idea how to deal with. Munition in the sea, it's just, simply spoken, a technical issue to solve it, but we need a lot of will and we need some time, we need innovation to do this. So I was already asked about the next Kiel Munition Clearance Week. I think that's something we will definitely consider after this event. It's for sure depending on on you if you would like to have a new Kiel Munition Clearance Week, a second one, or maybe make some series out of it. But from what I heard, that the event was quite well perceived. I really like the idea of the memo. So Gesine Meissner actually said that the memo is something where we could express our intention in a more direct way to the Parliament, to the federal and to the European Parliament. So this is something where I would really like to engage everyone. We will start this process together then with the GEOMAR, and we would really like to engage everyone to sign this memo. Then I would like to say thank you to you, thanks to the participants that you joined us. Yeah, we had around 200 people registered over this 3 days here physically. It was, I think, also extremely nice to see you in person. Also to have some really physical conversations and get rid of this Zoom talks and all these video conferences. And I would like to thank for sure also the online audience. I just checked the latest numbers, 482 registered people in the online audience. I mean, this is really, really great success. Then we are now starting this whole big thing of saying thank you. So thank you to the speakers. I think we had some really excellent speakers, some high-level speakers, some speakers from industry, from military, from the public. And I think that really was a very, very quite diverse group of speakers that showed us, gave us new insights, showed us the complexity of the problem, but also showed us solutions to this. Then again, this event wouldn't have been possible without the financing institutions. So I really have to thank our state government who financed this event in most of the parts, and very, very big thank you actually to the state that they made this event happen. And then I would like to also for sure give a big thank you and please big applause to Acoustic Art, so the technicians who all did all this stuff here. So that's also what I heard from the people joining actually online, that it was very fluent, that they had really the chance to watch this event. So this was really, really great. Then some special thanks for sure to the whole organizing partnership. So it was a group of several different organizations here, mainly based in the state of Schleswig-Holstein. A big thank you to the whole GEOMAR Institute and the whole administration of the GEOMAR Institute. It was really a challenging time to make this whole event possible, and we had a great support of the whole administration, so really big thanks to the GEOMAR. And I would like to now thank also some people in person, and I would like them to come up here to the stage. So, and this is actually from the team of North.io, so from my group. This is actually Lukas, who is here, Lukas Kolb. This is Elias Kreutzinger and Adrian, the main organizer of this whole event here, who supported us extremely in a great way. And from the GEOMAR representatives, I would like actually to ask Thorsten. And Terry, you have to come one more time, please. Yeah. So Terry, I would like to start with you. I think you made an unbelievable great job to really bring us through this whole event.
Thank you.
So then, Lucas, I think also from you, amazing what you did here, how you made this, how you organized all this. So Elias is actually a candidate for mayor, and the election is actually on the weekend, and he spent this week here. So I think also big applause to Elias. Thorsten, thank you very much for all your patience. I know this was a rough time. It was an interesting time, but you made a really great job doing the whole organization from the GEOMAR perspective and to be supportive the whole time. Thank you. Yeah, and then I have to please the biggest applause to Adrian. I mean, it was really his main duty to organize this event, and he made such an unbelievable job. He stayed calm the whole time, even in the most complex and difficult situations. So Adrian, really great what you did here, what you made. Yeah, and I think there is not much more than to say thank you, have a nice evening, have a nice, safe trip home, and hopefully then see you soon again here in Kiel to maybe the next Munition Clearance Week. Thank you.